Whether you have one watch or 20, the watches you possess should have qualities and enough character to make you want to reach for them. They shouldn't get lost in your collection. They shouldn't make you not be thinking about your watch when you put it on. So how did I end up with a Doxa Sub 200? It's quite simple, really. I was looking for a watch that was sufficiently different from the watches that I already had in my collection that I was genuinely attracted to. I have green watches, blue watches, black watches, and I've had red watches. I've never had a yellow watch. I've never seen this colorway used so intelligently and looking as good as this one does. The Doxa Sub 200 has a 42 millimeter diameter, is 13.7 millimeters thick, a lug width of a somewhat awkward 19 millimeters, but a compact lug-to-lug length of 46 millimeters, which makes the 42 millimeter case wear more like a 40 millimeter case. It has an ETA 2824 movement, a sapphire crystal, a sapphire bezel insert, all connected to a beads of rice bracelet. What that all adds up to is good, flexible sizing that should fit the bulk of men's wrists as well as some women's, combined with good, solid hardware that is durable and easy to service. The Doxa Sub 200 is available at $940 on a rubber strap and $990 on the beads of rice bracelet. Being as that the differential is only $50, I think that the bracelet is a must. $990 is a relatively competitive price point, but with a solid ETA 2824 movement, mine is about +8 to +10 seconds a day, and the sapphire bezel insert combined with the domed sapphire crystal and the beads of rice bracelet, you're not getting shortchanged in any way. Sure, there are watches out there that can pack more value in, or at least as much at a slightly better price point. But you're not just paying for the watch. Watches are functional jewelry. Watch companies have history, and Doxa has history. Though where the Doxa Sub 200 fits into that history is a bit of a mystery. Doxa's diving history basically begins back in 1967 with their Doxa Sub 300T, which is a very different style than the Doxa Sub 200. The Doxa Sub 200 harkens back to a style that is more early to mid 1960s, ending up being slightly referential to watches that pre-exist Doxa as a diving watch company. Regardless of what they were aiming for, I kind of feel they've hit the mark. It's just a really good looking watch. I got the yellow, I think it pops great, but it looks great in the professional orange, and it looks very, very good in the aquamarine as well. It's a simple dial with rectangular shaped indices that are full of supposedly superluminova, but if there's a knock on the Doxa, it's that the lume isn't really all that good, and it doesn't seem to last that long. The sapphire bezel also has luminescent material, but that's even weaker than the luminescent material on the dial. If you drive a Honda Civic, you're going to see yourself coming and going at nearly every street corner. This can be true of watches as well. If you wear a standard G-Shock, you're going to see your watch on a lot of people's wrists. If you have a Doxa Sub 200 in aquamarine or professional orange or yellow, you're pretty much never going to see your watch on someone else's wrist. It's not exclusivity per se. It's just the kind of rarity you get when you know something that other people don't. Most people don't know about Doxa watches. Most people don't know about Doxa's fantastic diving heritage. And let's be honest, most people don't care that much about wristwatches in the first place. Ironically though, those very same people who don't know about Doxa and don't care about watches are often the same people I have coming up to me and telling me, I like your watch. Because they see it's different, because they see it's unique. And I think they just like the yellow. Pretty sure they like the orange or the aquamarine as well. This is a watch that people notice. A Rolex gets noticed for being a Rolex. A Doxa Sub gets noticed because it's cool looking and it's unique. I'll take that over a status symbol every time, especially considering that no one ever asks you if it's really a Doxa.